Hello and welcome back to the MikeeYoga show. Here we are, another Friday, right? Happy October. Here we are. A piece of insight that came in to me for a theme to start, at least to initiate something. I'm trying to ruminate on what really is the goal. You can call it short or long, depending on sort of how far you see out in front of you. For this month, right, the month of October, I know a lot of people practice something called Sober October. And I was thinking, because I was told, right, this month is the month to feel the momentum of getting going. So like a push, right? So if you are in a stable place or a stale place, right? Just kind of noticing what it feels to kind of find your velocity and to own it, right? So you might see that as like, I got my pace, I got my rhythm, I'm doing something. Further in the idea of like, if you're a person that even knows or practices Sober October, maybe you're sober 12 months all the time. But the idea of just kind of letting some fantasy that has been kind of a haze, right? A deception. I just got off the phone with my mom, so I think of the word denial. And you kind of let the fuzziness that is probably self-inflicted. I know a pretty good direction where I can go with this for myself personally, but to just kind of sober from that, right? If you've ever had this amount of time where you've sort of overcome something, become detoxified or release from the grips of something, even like an illness, a sickness, right? A headache that had lasted maybe longer than you thought it would. And then when you kind of get past it, right? That very sweet moment where you realize you're like, oh, I'm not suffering, right? So I'd like this whole month to kind of have that sobering feeling of, I'm so released. I'm so energized by not having to work through the burden that I was holding on to for too long. That's a message that just came up to me. I was thinking of something entirely different, and I felt like I should just go with that, right? I don't talk to, there are no spirits in my head, but there might be voices. All right, comfortably sitting in your seat, we're going to do this and be precise about ending on time. I typically am, but today, for other reasons, get going, right? So close your eyes for a moment. We're going to do a body scan to make sure that you're not missing or being overcome by something else in the now. So we quickly go to the breath, not breathing quickly, but we go right to the sense of knowing that we're inhaling and exhaling. You go to the floor where you're sitting or standing, whether it's your feet, your bottom, or anything otherwise. Feel what's underneath you. Feel that your feet or your bottom or both are feeling whatever that is that's underneath you. They feel a certain way, whether it's soft or otherwise. Notice that from that you then either find that you can make very clear but simple choices to shift, to change, to wiggle, to modify what translates upwards, right? Through the fluidity of your spine, you can choose at any interval where the breath goes, the energy flows, or how to maybe more get comfortable. Above and beyond is that energy of awareness, like blossoming, like a fountain, right? Of awareness comes up through the heart, the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, down the arms, out through the head and neck. You feel your head, the top of your head, for whatever it is that's above you, for whatever the space's temperature is like in the room where you are. And for the global feeling of letting your whole body feel in the space that you are, whatever sounds, vibrations, right? Feels, temperatures, irritation, tickles. Here we are. Let your breath and fill into all that feeling in that whole space of your person, and just feel the glow that's coming off of you. Feel the vibration that comes from that moves outward, onward, beyond the body, right? Your energy perceiving you in the concentrated form right here. Let your hands come together at your heart, into our ability to go there with steadfast and attention and clarity and an effort, right? To do these things, right? Constantly going further and farther into the depth of your being. Right? Bow to that, to your heart, to us. Release your hands and open your eyes. All right, to the mat, to the mat. We're gonna take down dog, right? It's been a while since we've started in down dog. So how do you start from down dog? If you wonder, you could start from a plank pose. You could start from in all fours, right? Tuck the toes, you come to plank, straight legs, lift the hips, and you're back to down dog. That, to you, to me, to us, may be the first big, bold move of the day in this direction, facing this way, or just supporting yourself with that nurturing feeling, just the now, right? We're in a full moon, which is a harvest moon, so we think about what have we been nurturing, right? That was my original theme, but it still works out. What do you nurture? What will you continue to nurture? Or what will you do with the outcome of what you've been making, right? All good stuff. All right, come up to plank pose. Drop the hips, and you're in a cobra pose. Go to the tops of the feet. Okay, right here, keep the knees on the floor. Lift the hips and come up into all fours. Right, level out the spine. You tuck your chin, just your chin. Lift the head, look forward. Try to keep this spine stable so this is not a cat-cow, or at least it's mostly just part of the head and the neck. Tuck the chin. Lift the chin. This one will add the spine. Tuck the chin and round the spine. Notice that's a dramatic difference. You were holding back before by cue, by design, and now you get to notice sort of what was missing from that block. Right now, look forward. Let the back arch, the pelvis tip. We are doing cat-cow now, just in case there's any confusion. Exhale, tuck it in. And inhale, open it up. Tuck your toes here. This next exhale, lift the hips, lift the knees, slide back, down dog. And then bend your knees and push the butt back. Look forward. This is our first hop. We're going to hop towards the pinkies, the outsides of the mat, wide, nice and smooth. And then come all the way up to stand arms reach. So now you're in a sort of a wide straddle reach up to the sky. And then you're going to sit to your wide straddle chair, but you're actually going to sweep the arms down through the legs and back behind you, palms up, and press your arms into the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, and feel your heart sink down. So feel the resistance that your legs offer right here. Right, inhale, come back up. Reach up, a little bit more of a back bend up to the sky. And exhale, bend your knees, the hands plant. Hop this back, you're in plank pose. Right, drop the hips, you're in cobra pose. Awesome. And then keep the knees on the floor, you're in all fours. Tuck the chin, you're rounding the back. Right, lift the chin, you're opening your heart. Tuck your toes, exhale back, you're in down dog. Knees bend, let them go wide, wider. Really sink back between your thighs and feel your heart sink down as you reach out from the upper back. Think of the back of the shoulders. You can't see them, but you can think them and feel them. And how they reach out to your nail beds, out to the tips of your nails, towards the floor, tucking down towards the mat. Then look lightly, eyes forward, hop wide, feet to the outside of the hands. Woo, arms up to the sky reach. I went to the gym just after this, so I'm really feeling sort of the need of this, but also the exhaustion. As you bend the knees and push the hips back, bow between your legs, arms through your legs, back, palms to the sky. Press up. Press up like you mean it. Press up also like you can see, if you could, sort of the progression already, sort of that strength that sinks your heart down and strengthens your upper back. Okay? So already we're making the change. Lift up. Reach. This is a little bit of a different change, right? I'm going to just turn so you can see what I mean. You're going to shift into your right leg. You're going to bend the left knee and lift it up, right? So you get this kind of like lifted open version of like a little dancing pose, right? And then your right leg's going to lower that down to the legs meet, and you're in your squatting chair. Come up, right knee lift. So it's almost like the right leg is just staying the same, and it's waiting for the left leg to match it. But the left leg's doing most of the work, right? Lowering. There you are. Hands come down. Touch the floor. Hop it back. Plank pose. Drop the hips. Cobra pose. Right? Tuck back. All fours. Rounding the back. Chin tuck. Chin lift. Flip the tailbone. Tuck the toes and then exhale back. Down dog. So that's a pretty basic. Not basic. It's not basic. It's not basic. It's a very sort of pared down version of just the practice that we're going to do. We're going to be hopping, we're going to be lifting, lowering, and we're going to sink in to what we're creating. Okay? Knees bend, sink back. Right? This might be an awesome opportunity for you to charge up those thighs, some strength in areas that don't usually get initiated by our sort of day-to-day kind of run-of-the-mill work. Look forward, hop, wide. Whew. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, slide through the legs, hips back, palms up. You might be noticing that you could probably crawl a little farther back or get a little bit more push, pinky or fingers, tips pressing to whatever you're looking at through your legs. You might even bend your elbows and bring your hands just to sort of the sides of your booty, your waist, your hips. Just gonna feel there's a bit of a bind here. Okay. Release the arms. Whoa. As you come up to stand, come up and lift the left knee. So left knee is open wide to the left. Okay. Sorry. And then you're gonna wrap it around you to the right and step over. This step is actually going to be a left knee bend. As you look back, I'm holding my hands, little elbow. So this is like our weird warrior 5. And you're tipping your right elbow towards your left heel and your left knee is sinking towards the floor. So you're getting a shoulder stretch too. Okay? The kooky little change is that we're going to go back up, lift the left knee. Same as before. Right leg lowers you so you land in your straddle chair. Right? Come up, lifting right knee. Right? We're lifting. There's lots of sort of pride and action in the heart, the chest. You're sweeping that right leg around to the left. Step it. Doesn't have to go too far. Hands up. I'm going to face the front. Right? And you're going to sink the right knee down as the left elbow reaches towards that right heel. Right? So you're getting lots of space from your right knee, right front hip, up your right ribs and into that right elbow. You might even feel it through the neck. Right, when you come back up, it's right knee wide right. Left leg lowers you. There's your squat. Here's your hand plant. This one, if you're into it, jump to chaturanga, right? Float, slide, pull forward, cobra pose. And then all fours, belly tucks, chin tucks. Your inhale, whew, chest lifts. Right? Biceps roll out, turn out. Keep nice and firm through pointer fingers and thumbs so you're not going to lose your clarity of your hands. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, slide back down low. Let's add some poses that you might know and love. Bend your knees, widen them. Sink back, sink your heart down more, but look forward. Yeah. Nice light hop. Feet to the outsides of the hands. Nice big lift, heart up to the sky. So let this kind of go proudly out through the heart and out through your limbs and out through your neighborhood, right? So spread it out and tuck it back. Dive through the legs, palms up, right? Can you get a little farther and will those elbows bend? Okay? We'll just maybe finding that. Maybe it's an adjustment in sort of sinking back into your heels more. Or leaning more towards the chest, the heart forward, right? Or the hips down, the heels squeeze in. Yikes, right? Let go. Oi, oi, oi. Come up. Shift to the right, left knee lifts. Widen, take it around, and it's over to the right again. So there's our warrior 5. Here's our arms are up. So we're getting a nice little shoulder bend, or a little side body lift. And then that change, as you bring your hands over your head, you're going to take a little hook and left elbow outside of the right knee. So yes, this is kind of going into a deeper part of the fibers, the charge, the sort of muscle of your glutes, the booty stuff. So hopefully it's your jam. Right arm goes up. And this is kind of like a long angle reach. You might be off your mat like me on that right foot. Step this to a half moon pose. And your half moon pose is actually going to go into that weird standing pose that we've been doing with that left knee in that sort of awkward position. Right? So it's already lifting, and then left arm picks you up. Right leg lowers you. You're sitting into that squatty chair. Okay? I'm going to turn to the front to do the whole thing. I'm facing the front this time. Right knee lifts. Right leg is up. Right? We're stepping it around, back behind you, over to your left. I'm stepping on my pillow. And then this is hands behind the head. You could even interlace the fingers. Right? And let that sort of be both a sink, a grounding for that right knee, and a rising from that right elbow. Okay, when the hands come over the heart, you hook the elbow outside the knee. Here's a turn twist. It's like a lunge twist, but it's got an awkward back leg, so it's jogged out, right? Okay, left arm's gonna go up, right? You're just using your education. Left leg pressed down, right arm goes up, and you're in half moon pose, and it's just brief enough. Right knee bends, widen the knees. So it's like you're trying to pick up from the inner right knee up to the sky. The knee is still bent. Right arm is up, left fingers, left foot, toes pressing the floor to pull you up. You get to that shape, right? There's our sort of wily little hip opening lift, and then left leg lowers you. There's your really awesome chair pose, right? Tuck the tailbone under, lift the chest more. This might be a really profound place to notice where you are, right? Notice your strength and your flexibility. This is also, we've got a lot of endurance here, right? Okay, so elbows touch your knee, hands touch the floor, shift into the hands, the heels come up, the butt comes up. You might go crow, or you might just jump into chaturanga. You decide how to meet in chaturanga. Okay? So, people like it. Some people don't. Right? Up dog. So we've evolved. Up dog. That's going to take you down dog to that loaded dog, right? So right into the knee bend, little squatty action. Okay, this is a little bit of a different change. First, when you come forward to plank, bring your right knee forward, tucking, and take it down to your left wrist. Drop the right hip. Just do like a little, sort of a strange little kind of cockeyed New York City pigeon action. Right, so heart is still up. And then the change is here, when you pick up that right knee, take it up to your right shoulder, and then back to three-legged dog. Kitty, open the hip, step your right foot outside your right hand. Awesome. You're gonna go all the way up into that standing lift, with the left knee out to the left, and then sit that to a straddle chair, and then tuck that through the legs, palms up. A couple choices here, chest forward. Keep that, bind it if you wish, right? Maybe your hands are now closer. You might get your fingers to touch somewhere, sort of in your low back region. I do or don't. I don't, it's fine. You can keep your arms straight, right? Go tiptoes right here. Chest forward. So that's a really beautiful design. Nice shape, right? Take the heels back down, unthread through. Whoa, come up. Left knee lifts. Left leg wraps around to the right. And then the hands over behind the head, interlacing or holding. Left knee bends, right elbow sink back. It's a little over the shoulder action. Okay, hands to the heart. It's that awkward version of a lunge twist. Right arm sweeps up. Right arm's over the ear. Forward to the front. And up into half moon pose. Left knee lifts. Open hip. Wide lifting. Left knee, left arm, pick you up to stand. Open left and right leg lowers you. Straddle, sit, hands plant. You decide, vinyasa or not. Triceps in, collarbones wide. Whoo, and heart back. Here we are, loaded dog. Right? This one is going left knee to right wrist. Right? So when you come forward, it goes to the right and your hip lands. So it's like typically in pigeon pose, right? This left knee would be over by the left and your shin would be close to parallel to the front of the mat. This is not like that. I'm only calling it a broken pigeon because I've been seeing a lot of pigeons squished out on the streets lately. I don't want to be grim, but it's just kind of a fact. Maybe it's sort of a fall thing, right? Left hip down, left side of the chest open. Okay, so now we're going left knee to left shoulder, and then back to three-legged dog, right? Turn to open the hip. You don't have to bend the knee yet. We've been doing lots of that, so that's pretty action, pretty shape. Left foot place outside left hand. All right, catch your breath, myself included. So remember that this one is a lift, a right knee lift, when you come up to stand on that left leg, right? So it's a big, long action. It's the farthest you can travel in your body and in the sort of terms of a squat, okay? You're gonna take that right foot and place it outside wide right. Right, tap through the legs, palms up, heels up, chest, heart down. Right, arms are rising and pressing so much into your hamstrings, your thighs, that your heels go up with it, right? The heels go down, the arms come through, your right knee comes back up. And one more time, wrap it to the left, hands behind your head, right knee bends, chest up. Okay, right knee is lowering, left elbow dropping, right elbow lifting. And then hands in front of your heart. Turn the twist. Lunge twist, right leg can straighten. Right, hug that from the outside of your left butt. Hug it in still. Right, so that'll help you kind of shift when you go transition, half moon pose with that little chicken wing right knee lift. Right, so lots of birds today. Right arm lifts you, right knee lifts you. Right, steady, find your midline, and then lower, find your squat. Hands go down, chaturanga when you're ready. Right, it could be a very slow motion version, like look like a lot of things. It could look like you did a crow even without doing one. Stay, right, so it's almost a crow in action, which is another bird, right? So we got chickens, we have pigeons, we have our crows. We might as well do a nice little eagle pose and sort of really seal the deal, right? Knees bend, hips back, right knee goes to left wrist, and right hip goes down. So this is kind of a breather. It's also for any of you that have kind of any of those sort of quirky bits that happen in your hips, your shoulders, right? Your glutes, and everything that comes up from that. So if we're imbalanced in our pelvis, you're gonna notice stuff in your ribs or your shoulders, right? Maybe even your wrists, right? So this is a great place where we're sort of just kind of cultivating, harvesting, right? A deeper sense of balance. Take it or leave it. This is just a little bit more heightened on this one. When the left toes tuck, the right knee goes to right shoulder or elbow, and you bend the elbows. Right, back, open, three-legged dog. Super, right foot step, outside, right knee. Right, let the right arm go up to the sky for a moment. So maybe a little extra sort of space to breathe. You're pressing down to the right foot. Right arm is also gonna help you come up to stand on that right leg, left knee lifts. And just like I said, add another bird. That left leg is now gonna cross your midline, wrap around your right leg, and right arm underneath the left arm so you can sit. And so your right elbow might even sink all the way down to the outside of your right knee. Your left knee, left knee, left knee, left knee. Okay? Now we're finishing it. Come back up. Left knee lifts. It widens left. It wraps behind you and taps over. This is different. Right? We're going to let that back leg stay straight. Let the left arm go up and the right arm is down. So this is beautiful in so many ways that you can take this, right? So you can really feel what's going on. You follow, left arm forward. So if you're looking at the screen, right, my left heel is way over to my right. Right foot is still to the right side of my front of my mat. Place the left elbow right there on the outside of the knee. Right arm goes up, and then you continue to make the line. Right arm reaching. That's massive, too, for your piriformis and all those deep pelvic muscles that we can't target very often, very easily, without using a ball or a massage therapist or something vibrating. Unravel this to half moon pose. So essentially for you, for me now, for us, you're in half moon pose, and we're going to take that to an Ardha Chapasana. So we're going to get a little bit more of the space to open, the thing that we've been sort of squeezing into that hip crease. Okay, when you let go of the foot, the knee opens to lift. Left knee lifts you to reach. Right leg lands you. Boom. Hands to the floor. Meet you in down dog. Right, up to down. Okay. Bend the knees. Sink back. left knee to right wrist, and then sink down, right? So our little squished pigeon here, chest up. It's pretty nice. My right foot is kind of noodling, so you can kind of relax it. You could point it, you could point it. Right, here we go. Tuck the right toes. Left knee goes up, left upper arm, bend the elbows. Right, go back. Three-legged dog. Woo! Left foot, place, outside left hand. Here's our lift. Left arm up. Right, we're going to call this sort of our pretty little birds of prey, birds of passion, birds of play. Left arm up, left foot down. Left leg presses you down to come up with your right leg. Right, it's that lifted, maybe a more dancer version of that. Still keep the hip down so you don't pinch your back. Cross midline around the front of that left leg. Wrap it once or twice so you get the hips to stay balanced. Start to sit in that left leg. Left arm underneath right. Hips are going back, belly's pulling in. Everything's getting small, small, small. Keep the belly tucking in though, so you can stay relaxed in your shoulders. Left elbow's on the outside of the right knee. It's cute. Undo that. Come back up. Step it around over to your left. Keep the right leg straight, right? So we're going to kind of utilize all this space that we've created. We've made room for it. Right arm up. Left arm down, holding that back right leg, bottom leg. Right? And then follow. Right arm, follow the laser line from the right heel, right arm. Right? Still pretty symmetrical until now. So you hook it outside that your left leg, and then left arm over the ear, following the line of the back leg. So cute. Left hand, reach for the floor in front of that left foot. We're stepping half moon pose to Ardha Chakrasana. Hold the foot. Right? Enjoy it with the breath. Feel the breath. Feel the body. Feel this moment together. We're doing this. Right? When you let go of that right foot, right knee lifts, right arm up. Right knee and right arm pull you up, up, up. Woo! And then left leg lowers you. Sit. Oi. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Up dog. Back to down dog. Here, look forward to your hands, your thumbs. You're going to jump your knees together to the floor, chins to the mat, at the front of the mat. Nice, light. Come up to stand. Heart up. Hands to your heart. Awesome. Cross your shins. Sit your butt back. You can press your feet into the floor to roll over the feet. And then come to a seat. Okay, now pull the heels in. A little abdominal work. Here's your high boat. Separate the feet as wide as your mat. Cross the shins. And now sit up. Here we are. Hands are at your heart. Anjane Mudra. You're on your butt. Your booty, your seat, you're in cross-legged position, Siddhasana, which means you practice from a perfect place. It doesn't force you into being perfect or even striving for perfection, but just seeing that your best intentions are a worthy endeavor, right? So we land here at the heart very well, very sweetly, taken care of, right? Full and sweet and healed and healing with your breath. And everything in your being, right? Bow gently to your heart, to yourself, to all, to us. Namaste. Whew. Okay. Yes. So, sign language, peace signs. You did it, we did it. We're here tomorrow, noon, 12. See you there, Zoom. Info in bio and Instagram, right? Live, 60 minutes. MikeeYoga out. Stay cute. Talk soon.